About 6 years ago, Ms. Heard brought these disturbing criminal acts against me.
Johnny Depp is finally speaking in his own voice about what really happened, and his words hit harder than anyone expected. After years of scandal, headlines, and courtroom battles, the truth took a dramatic turn when the evidence was examined. But if the accusations were proven false, why did so many people believe them for so long? And what happened next?
Your lies have been exposed to the world multiple times, right?
I haven't lied about anything I've been here to say.
Johnny Depp's story took a shocking turn when the courtroom evidence challenged the version of events many people had accepted. What looked like a simple celebrity breakup became a bitter legal battle filled with accusations, emotional testimony, and headlines that spread around the world. But while the public argued over who was telling the truth, another question started getting harder to ignore. What really happened behind the scenes? Before the trial, Depp was one of Hollywood's biggest stars. He had spent decades building a career through major films, memorable characters, and collaborations with some of the industry's most respected names. The Pirates of the Caribbean movies had made him a global icon, while his other roles proved he was more than just a blockbuster actor. Then everything changed. The accusations against him quickly became the center of public attention. His reputation took a major hit, projects were affected, and millions of people formed opinions before hearing every piece of evidence. Yet when the case reached court, recordings, messages, testimony, and other material were examined in detail. The legal battle became far more complicated than the headlines suggested. And this is where the story gets even more controversial. Some online discussions have tried to connect Depp, Amber Heard, Jeffrey Epstein, Ellen DeGeneres, and other famous names into a much larger story. But those claims must be separated from confirmed facts. There is no verified evidence that Depp visited Epstein's island or participated in Epstein's crimes. Claims about invitations or connections should not be presented as proof of wrongdoing. What we can say with confidence is that Depp's legal fight became one of the most watched celebrity cases of recent years, with both sides presenting their own version of events. The verdict changed public perception, but the debate did not end there. So how did a Hollywood superstar go from being one of the industry's most successful actors to fighting for his reputation in court? And what evidence changed the way millions of people viewed the entire story? That is where the timeline becomes impossible to ignore.
When you're asked to resign from a film you're doing because of something that is merely a bunch of kind of vowels and consonants floating in the air, you feel a bit boycotted.
Johnny Depp's story became far more complicated than a Hollywood breakup when his career, reputation, and personal life appeared to collapse at once. For years, he had been one of Hollywood's biggest stars, known for major films, characters, and a career that stretched across decades. Then came the accusations, the headlines, and the fallout that followed. What made the situation so painful was not only the public criticism, but also the speed with which parts of the industry appeared to distance themselves from him. According to the source material, Depp described being asked to step away from a franchise rather than simply being fired, a distinction that can make the decision sound voluntary, even when a person feels pressured into it. His work opportunities reportedly declined, and the financial consequences became enormous. Court testimony concerning his finances described a lifestyle built around high income, meaning that when major projects disappeared, the structure supporting that lifestyle became difficult to maintain. The source estimates roughly $600 million in potential lost earnings, although that figure should be understood as an estimate of opportunities, rather than money literally taken from him. At the same time, former associates appeared in court, including people who had known Depp for many years. That added another emotional layer to a case that was already playing out in front of millions of people. But was everything happening simply because of a bitter celebrity dispute, or was there a larger story that people were missing? The timing is where the source material raises its biggest questions. In 2022, the Depp-Heard trial became one of the most watched celebrity legal battles in the world. Clips spread across YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Reddit, and other platforms, while viewers debated testimony and evidence constantly. At roughly the same period, Ghislaine Maxwell's federal trial connected to Jeffrey Epstein was receiving far less visual coverage because federal courtroom rules restricted cameras and recording. That contrast is real, but the explanation should be handled carefully. A difference in media attention does not, by itself, prove that one trial was intentionally created to distract the public from another. The source argues that the timing may have served as a distraction, but that remains an interpretation rather than an established fact. The Depp Heard case generated extraordinary public attention for millions of viewers because it involved famous actors, serious allegations, emotional testimony, and material that could be discussed instantly online. The Maxwell case involved a different legal setting and courtroom restrictions. Still, the overlap in timing invites questions. Could the enormous attention surrounding Depp and Heard have unintentionally pushed another major trial out of the spotlight? Or did people simply follow the story that was easier to watch, clip, and debate? Then the story moves into more controversial territory, involving online claims about Amber Heard and alleged connections to organizations, influential networks, and people associated in various ways with Epstein's wider circle. This is where caution is essential. The source itself acknowledges that Heard has not been charged with a crime connected to Epstein, and describes the alleged links as circumstantial rather than proven criminal conduct. There is no basis here to present those claims as established facts. Likewise, references to Johnny Depp and Epstein-related documents should not be turned into an accusation against Depp. An invitation or mention in a document is not proof that someone visited an island or participated in criminal activity. What remains interesting is the larger question about celebrity power, media attention, and how quickly public opinion can change. Depp's legal battles showed how accusations can affect careers before every detail is understood, while the later court proceedings gave audiences an opportunity to examine evidence for themselves. What matters is how much of a celebrity story the public sees, how much remains outside the spotlight, and how easily speculation can become accepted as fact. So before believing the most shocking version of this story, look at the timeline, separate testimony from rumor, and ask what the evidence actually proves. Because sometimes the most revealing part is not the theory itself, but the gap between what people were told, what they assumed, and what the record can truly support.
I just want Johnny to leave me alone. I just want him to leave me alone. I've said that for years now, and I thought he would after 2020.
Non-responsive.
That courtroom moment looked emotional, but the bigger question is what was happening outside the cameras. While Amber Heard's testimony drew attention from millions, another major legal story involving Ghislaine Maxwell was unfolding with far less public access. The timing makes people wonder whether the Depp Heard drama simply became the story everyone watched while another case received less attention. But was that a planned distraction, or did the media naturally focus on the celebrity trial because it was easier to broadcast, clip, and share? The source raises an even more controversial question by bringing Jeffrey Epstein into the discussion. It suggests that if powerful people feared exposure, a huge celebrity scandal could pull attention elsewhere. However, that idea remains an allegation, not a proven fact. There is no established evidence showing that Amber Heard created the Depp trial to hide anything involving Epstein or Maxwell. The released material also does not prove that her name was secretly tied to criminal activity. That distinction matters when rumors can spread faster than verified information. Then another famous name enters the story: Ellen DeGeneres. Her name reportedly appears in Epstein-related materials, but appearing in documents does not automatically mean someone committed a crime or participated in wrongdoing. People can be mentioned for many reasons, including social connections or references by others. The source also points to the end of Ellen's long-running show, and her later move away from the United States, suggesting the timing deserves attention. But timing alone cannot prove a hidden connection. So the real mystery is whether these events are truly connected, or whether people are linking unrelated pieces because the story is too shocking to ignore. And that changes everything.
DeGeneres and her wife, Portia de Rossi, have reportedly fled the US, bound for the UK, after Donald Trump's landslide victory. Numerous publications are reporting the couple have left the United States permanently.
The timing of Ellen DeGeneres leaving the United States has raised questions, especially because the move happened around a period when Epstein-related documents were receiving renewed attention. Her public explanation focused on politics and her disagreement with Donald Trump, But some people have questioned whether there was more behind the decision. The source suggests that the timing looked unusual. Discussions about releasing additional Epstein-related records were happening before Ellen and her wife moved to England and put their California home on the market. However, timing alone does not prove that these events were connected. Ellen has not been charged with any crime related to Epstein, and appearing in documents would not automatically establish wrongdoing. The story then contrasts Ellen's situation with Johnny Depp's experience. According to the source, Depp allegedly rejected an invitation connected to Epstein, after which his career suffered major setbacks. His projects disappeared, his finances were badly affected, and former associates appeared against him in court. These events have led some people to question whether powerful networks can influence careers and public opinion. But claims of a coordinated campaign remain allegations unless supported by verified evidence. So the real question is not simply whether these famous names were connected. It is whether the timeline reveals something meaningful, or whether separate events are being linked together without enough proof.
That's what you want to do. Ultimately, you've taken everything. You want my blood? Take it. Have my blood. And then she said, no. And then I said, look, if you're not going to take it, and you want it, I know you want it, that's all I've got left. Take it.
Johnny Depp's career appeared to collapse after the industry turned against him, leaving him facing devastating personal and financial losses. But the biggest question remains: was he punished for something he did, or for something he refused to do? And who benefited from his downfall?
I don't think about Hollywood. I don't have much further need for Hollywood myself.
Johnny Depp walked away from one of Hollywood's biggest battles, but what he said afterward revealed something far deeper than anger or revenge. While his supporters stood by him, questions began growing about the people and powerful circles surrounding the controversy, and why some stories received far more attention than others. Now, as old documents and claims continue circulating, one question refuses to disappear. Was Depp simply fighting for his reputation, or was something much bigger happening behind the scenes?